Have you ever woken up in the morning and sat on the edge of your bed for a while? Try to gather strength to stand up. Your legs feel a little weaker than last month. Your arms need a little more effort to get up. You walk a little slower, not because of pain, but because your body is not as strong as before. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone in experiencing this condition in your 60s. It is completely normal for muscle strength to gradually decrease. What many people don't know is that this muscle loss, known as muscular atrophy, is not only associated with aging, but what we do or don't do to support our bodies over time. Here's something that might surprise you. Your muscles don't just get stronger because of what you do during the day. In fact, your body does its most important work while you sleep. During sleep, muscle tissue is regenerated, repaired, and renewed. But only if you have the right building blocks to do so. And these bodybuilding ingredients come from food. Not just any food, but gentle, nourishing bedtime foods that work silently while you rest. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 4 powerful natural foods that can help you fight muscle loss, recover your strength, and wake up feeling a little more confident in your body after every night's rest. And the last food is just a spoonful before bed, but the effect on your muscles may surprise you. Please follow me till the end before you start if you are curious about simple ways to stay healthy while sleeping. Please like this video, subscribe, and share it. And in the comments, have you ever tried a late night snack that actually made you feel better in the morning? I'd love to hear your experiences. Now let's move on to fruit number 4. Start with something soft, green with a velvety exterior. The humble kiwi. You might think of kiwi as a refreshing summer snack or something to add to a fruit salad. But here's something many people don't know. This little fruit is an unsung hero when it comes to sleep and recovery, especially if you use it at night. Let me tell you a story. A gentleman and a widow, 74 years old and retired teachers, told me an interesting story while we were having a cup of tea. You know, I don't sleep through the night anymore, and when I wake up, I feel stiff, like my body has been tense while I'm sleeping. I don't feel any pain, just tired, exhausted. Her legs were no longer as toned as they once were. Her arms had lost the natural strength she once took for granted. I think it's just part of the aging process. But I asked him to make one small change. Eat 2 kiwis about an hour before bed every night for 2 weeks. Well, you wouldn't believe the difference. Not only did he fall asleep faster, which hadn't happened to him in years, but he told me he started waking up feeling more rested, and moving around more. No more surgery like an old chair laugh. My legs feel like they belong to me again. So what makes kiwis so special? First, kiwis are one of the few fruits that naturally contain melatonin, a hormone that signals your brain that it's time to sleep. While many people take melatonin pills, kiwis provide a gentle food form that your body can absorb and use naturally. And studies have shown that eating kiwis before bed can improve both sleep quality and duration, especially in older adults. But the best part is yet to come. Deep restorative sleep is when your body does its most important job: muscle repair. While you dream, your body is busy repairing worn-out tissues, balancing hormones, and rebuilding strength. But it's only when you actually reach deep sleep that kiwi helps open that door. In addition to melatonin, kiwis are also rich in antioxidants such as vitamins C and E. And why is that important? Because as we age, our muscles become more susceptible to inflammation and oxidative stress. This causes muscle stiffness, soreness, and a general feeling of sluggishness. Antioxidants help remove that damage so muscle cells can focus on recovery instead of constant repair. Kiwis are also a great source of potassium, which helps promote proper muscle contraction and prevent leg cramps at night. And if you've ever woken up at 3 a.m. with a severe calf cramp, you know how valuable that is. And here's the part that older people like best. Kiwi is easy to digest and doesn't spike blood sugar. Despite its sweet taste, it has a low glycemic index, making it safe for people managing diabetes or monitoring insulin levels. Additionally, it is low in sodium, making it ideal for people with high blood pressure. So what's the best way to enjoy kiwis? Simply peel 2 ripe kiwis an hour before bed. Eat slowly, perhaps while relaxing with a light book or soft music. This is a small ritual, but it signals to your body that rest is coming, healing is coming. Of course, like everything else, listen to your body. Some people may experience mild stomach upset if they are sensitive to fruit acids or have underlying digestive conditions. But for most people, mild kiwis are soothing and well tolerated. Even comforting, we just discovered the quiet power of kiwi gently to get better sleep and support recovery. But now let's move on to something more familiar, something we've all broken. Maybe once with toast in the morning or as part of a recipe. Now let's talk about eggs. The third food is eggs. You might think of eggs before going to bed. It's true that most of us think of eggs as a breakfast staple. But here's the interesting thing. Eating an egg before bed can have amazing effects on your body while you sleep. Especially if you are over 60 and trying to maintain strength, balance, and muscle tone. What makes eggs so powerful is not only that they are rich in protein, although they are indeed rich in protein, but that they provide what nutritionists call a complete protein. That is, they contain the 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to grow and recover, and is especially rich in leucine, an important amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. Simply put, when you eat eggs, your body gets a very clear message. It's time to regenerate. Here's the interesting thing about aging. As we age, our bodies respond less efficiently to small amounts of protein. A 25-year-old can eat a small portion of chicken and still build muscle. But people over 60 need higher doses of quality protein, especially rich in leucine, to achieve the same effects. And that's where eggs shine. One large egg contains about 6 grams of protein and about 500 to 600 milligrams of leucine, enough to contribute significantly to overnight muscle recovery. If you tend to eat a light dinner or don't get enough protein in your evening meal, a warm boiled egg about an hour before bed could be just the little dose of nutrients your body needs to recover and maintain good health every day. But there's more. Eggs also provide vitamin D, a vitamin many older adults are deficient in, especially if they don't spend much time in the sun. Vitamin D is not only good for bones, it also plays an important role in muscle function and coordination. Add in the choline found in eggs, a nutrient that supports brain and nerve function, and you have a food that helps your body move and react with more ease and confidence. Now you might be thinking, what about cholesterol? A good question, especially since eggs have had a bad reputation for years. But current science shows that for most people, moderate consumption of 1 egg a day does not increase the risk of heart disease. In fact, some studies show that eggs can improve your lipid profile by increasing good cholesterol, HDL. Unless your doctor has given you specific instructions to safely avoid them, and they are valuable in your diet. Of course, how you cook them matters too. Soft-boiled eggs or scrambled eggs with a little olive oil are easier to digest and retain more nutrients. Avoid frying them in butter or adding too much salt, as this can irritate your stomach or increase your blood pressure. And if you have trouble chewing, soft-boiled eggs are one of the easiest ways to get protein. No jaw strength required. Let me share a real-life example. I met a woman at a health seminar. She was 68 years old, always cheerful, always bringing fruit to everyone. For years, she struggled with morning sickness. I would get out of bed and my legs would feel like overcooked noodles, she once told me, laughing. I don't eat late at night and avoid snacking after sunset because I think it will help me sleep better. We added a boiled egg to their nightly routine. Not a big meal, just a small warm bite before bed. 2 weeks later, she told me, I don't think it makes a difference, but I don't feel unstable anymore. In fact, I feel stable. That is the effect of supplementing the right protein before going to bed. The point isn't to eat a lot at night. The point is to give your muscles exactly what they need to recover and rebuild while you rest. The body will do the work itself. You just need to give it the tools. Now let's turn our attention to something you might not expect. Something you can hold in the palm of your hand or even forget in a jar at the back of the cupboard. But don't let their size fool you. These little seeds are one of the most underrated nighttime foods. Food number 2, pumpkin seeds. I'm talking about pumpkin seeds. Yes, the little green seeds, sometimes called potatoes, that you might see sprinkled on salads or added to granola. But when it comes to your muscles, sleep, and nighttime recovery, pumpkin seeds pack a punch much bigger than their tiny size would suggest. Let me introduce to you a 72-year-old man, a retired gardener, but his hands still seem to know how to work the land. He came to me with a common concern. I woke up every morning with stiff legs. I stretch, I move, but I still feel like I haven't had any rest. We've examined your nighttime routine, your meals, your sleep habits, and found out that you're lacking one thing: magnesium. You'll see magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that helps your muscles relax. Without enough magnesium, your muscles may remain partially tense even at night. That's why some people wake up feeling sore even after they've gotten a full 8 hours of sleep. And guess what? One of the best natural sources of magnesium is pumpkin seeds. Just a small handful, about an ounce, can provide you with about 37% of your daily magnesium needs. It's impressive that such a small piece is needed. And when you enjoy them at night, you're giving your body the tools it needs to relax physically, not just mentally. But magnesium isn't the only benefit of pumpkin seeds. They're also one of the few foods that naturally contain tryptophan, an amino acid that your body converts into serotonin and then melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. While tryptophan alone can help you sleep, combining it with magnesium creates a powerful effect that helps you sleep better and deeper. Better sleep means more growth hormone release, more cell repair, and of course, more muscle rebuilding at night, all while you rest under the covers. And don't forget that pumpkin seeds are also a great source of plant-based protein, about 7 grams per ounce, along with healthy fats that help slow digestion. This means your body gets a slow and steady release of amino acids overnight. Not a spike, but a slow and steady breakdown, exactly what aging muscles need to heal and get stronger. Now you may ask how to eat pumpkin seeds at night. It's simple. Just eat a small amount. A spoonful or two is plenty. You can eat it on its own or sprinkle it on some Greek yogurt for a protein boost. Some people lightly heat them in a pan to bring out the nutty flavor, but you don't need to do that yourself. Just make sure they're unsalted. Eating sodium at night is not good for blood pressure, especially if you are managing high blood pressure. They're also rich in zinc, which helps with cell repair, boosts the immune system, and even balances hormones. especially important for men over 60 who want to maintain healthy testosterone levels. Directly related to muscle mass, all from a seed, nature wastes no space. One small warning is that like all other nuts and seeds, pumpkin seeds are high in calories. That doesn't mean they're bad. Just remember not to eat them in handfuls, especially at night. Eat small amounts and don't think of it as a snack, but rather as a nighttime tonic for your muscles and sleep. And now we come to the last one, the silent champion of the dark forces. It doesn't have the sweetness of the fruit or the crunch of the seeds. It's not colorful and flashy, but if there's one food that actually works while you sleep to rebuild the muscles that time is trying to steal from you, it's this, Rekazan. Number one food that makes you wrinkle your nose or think it's something my grandparents used to eat. Stick with me because behind that simple, chunky texture lies one of the most effective muscle-building foods you can eat, especially before bed and after age 60. Let me explain why. There is a special protein found in cottage cheese called casein, and casein is different from the protein found in, let's say you find that chicken, fish, or even eggs are slow digesting, meaning that after you eat them, your body doesn't burn them right away. Instead, it releases amino acids gradually over hours, helping to gently nourish your muscles throughout the night. Why is this important? Because when you sleep, your body goes into repair mode. But if you don't have enough amino acids in your blood, the building blocks of muscle, your body can start breaking down muscle to fuel other processes. That's the last thing you want, especially when you're dealing with age-related muscle loss. Now imagine you continuously supply your body with these amino acids throughout the night. That's exactly what a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese can do. It doesn't spike blood sugar, doesn't make you feel heavy, but instead supports muscle growth, recovery, and strength while you rest. My dear friend Marta is 76 years old and still as sharp as ever, but she is starting to notice that her legs are getting weaker. Climbing stairs becomes more difficult. Getting out of the car takes more effort. They told him it was just age, but that answer didn't seem right to him. So we made a small change. A small bowl of low-fat cottage cheese, just a few spoonfuls about 30 minutes before bed. Within 3 weeks, he told me, it was like my body finally got the message. I wake up with more energy and feel settled again. That's what happens when the body gets what it's been missing. Cottage cheese is also high in leucine, the muscle-boosting amino acid we talked about in eggs, but it delivers leucine over a longer period of time. Think of it this way. The eggs give you a quick push. The Requan gives you a steady hand to help you get through the long night. And if you're watching your blood sugar, here's more good news. Cottage cheese is low in carbohydrates, especially the low-fat variety. Not interfering with insulin levels will not cause insomnia at night. In fact, protein can help stabilize blood sugar levels overnight, which may benefit people with diabetes or prediabetes. If you're concerned about sodium content, just choose the low-sodium variety, which is readily available these days. For those concerned about heart health, choose low-fat or 1% to keep saturated fat content low. Now let's talk about taste and texture. Some people like cottage cheese plain, while others like to mix it with something. Maybe a few slices of banana or even a teaspoon of cinnamon. If you have leftover kiwis from before, that's great. The trick is to keep it light and simple. Remember, this is not a meal. It is a signal to your body. This is what you need. Take your time, fix it while I sleep. Just one spoonful can make a real difference. Here's the beauty of it. No prep, no cooking, no mess. You don't have to stand by the stove or make smoothies. Just open the package, grab a spoon, and feed your body in a gentle, calm, and efficient way. Many older people think they need to do something big to feel strong again. Intense workouts, complicated diets, and expensive supplements. But the truth is that strength after 60 comes from being consistent in the little things, like knowing what to feed your body and when. And when it's time for bed, a little cottage cheese is like hugging your muscles at night. Let's walk this dark road together. Breathe softly and reflect. No need to turn your life upside down. No need to count every calorie or strive for perfection. What your body really needs, especially after 60, are more sustainable choices. A few thoughtful decisions made carefully and consistently. And tonight, that choice could be something as small as peeling a kiwi, poaching an egg, enjoying a spoonful of cottage cheese, or letting a few pumpkin seeds melt in your mouth before turning out the lights. These aren't just bedtime snacks, they're acts of kindness for your future self. Nourishes muscles, calms the nervous system, supports deeper sleep and healthier mornings. And with each quiet bedtime ritual, you remind your body that you still matter, you still have the power, and you still have the ability to heal yourselves. Because the truth here is, muscle loss is not inevitable, it is reversible, it is preventable, and it starts with giving your body what it needs. Not in loud and overwhelming ways, but in simple and loving steps. So tonight, instead of going to bed feeling drained, you can rest assured that your body's gently restoring itself while you sleep. If this video gave you some hope or new ideas to try, I'd love to hear from you. What bedtime food do you like to try? Let me know in the comments. I read every word, and your story may inspire someone else in our family. And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe. We're building something special, a place where growing older means becoming wiser, stronger, and more connected every day. Until next time, rest well, eat healthy, and wake up stronger. You deserve it.